first, we had Voltron. Then, we were introduced to the Combiners from the Transformers, like Devastator. Then, there was everyone's favorite, the Power Rangers. Now, straight from the pages of Monsters Unleashed, when you form them together, you get... Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review to help you make a decision on what comics to buy. And yes, guys, today we are talking the conclusion of Monsters Unleashed issue number 5. Now, for me, this has been the Marvel event that I thought at first was going to be a joke. I'm like, really? What can you make that's really cool about monsters? I mean, what kind of depth can that have? Well, after, I guess, maybe the success of this mini-series, Marvel is releasing the Monsters Unleashed ongoing book. So this must be doing pretty well to release an ongoing book. And really what Monsters Unleashed has accomplished here is you, the reader, getting to know this character and growing attached to him so you can read his book. And if you guys haven't read it, it's about this kid whose name is Key, or K, I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but he is this inhuman that can draw monsters in his notepad and they come to life. And in this series, we have been seeing him dealing with these creatures that are falling from the sky, and he's kind of this chosen one. And at the end of the last issue, you got to see this big, humongous, gigantic, big-ass, large, monumental, extremely humongous monster called the Leviathan Mother, and it's about to take over Earth and nest, and it's gonna just fill the world with monsters, and it's up to Key to save the day or the world is going to die. So what do you think happens in this book? You think he succeeds or he fails? Well, if he failed, there wouldn't be a actual planet Earth and there would be no Marvel, and then we couldn't read anymore, right? Well, all right, so let's see how this whole thing ends, all right? So, the book is written by Colin Bunn, who's done a great job. The art here is done by Adam Kubert. Legend, he's an awesome artist. I love seeing all these different types of creatures. That's what's made Monsters Unleashed for me. Just seeing the creativity and seeing all these different monsters interact with each other. I love the actual facial expressions of Key in here as he's really undecisive of what to do, and then he realizes that in the issue that he has to fight these monsters. And I love when you see him scribbling in his actual notepad. We wound up getting to see, like the magic is actually happening. So I think that was really cool in the artwork as well. And these battles, and again, the creatures are just absolutely awesome. My only little gripe here is at times, I love the lettering, but at times it was hard to tell with certain characters' letters that you've never seen before, if it was like an A, an R, or because the font was a little bit different. But that's just a nitpick. I love the paneling and the layout and all the action scenes in this book. I thought they were really, really well done. So really great stuff. So, what happens in this book? Well, in case you guys have not read this copy, please read your copy first, then come back, as they are spoilers here. So in this book, we wind up seeing that the Leviathan Mother comes, and again, she's this monstrous creature, and she's going to nest on Earth, and the monsters are going to take over the world. And so it is up to Key to save the world, and he has to, create creatures to actually beat this monster. And it takes a lot of convincing and a lot of courage for him to stand up, because this is the prophecy. This is the legend. He is the chosen one to stand against these monsters. And really, in the past, what he's drawn is he's drawn other monsters to stop the evil monsters. He's drawn monsters that have always existed, or things that he's seen on TV, things that he's seen in comic books, and now he's drawing creatures that are straight from his soul, his creativity. And it's the monsters that are chosen to stop this. These are the creatures that are part of him. So as you get to see him scribble through his notebook, and you hear the little word bubble, scribble, 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 the new monsters are unleashed that come forth, and they're the ones that are told to destroy the Leviathan mother, and they have all their names. There's like Fireclaw and Aegis or Regis, I can't tell his name, High VQ, I can't tell their names because of the actual font. There's Slizen, and so there's all these creatures. And right away, you start seeing the tide turn. And everyone's all happy. They're like, oh, yes, he's doing it. But then the Leviathan mother winds up killing the pack leader, and the pack leader actually dies. And when he dies, you can see that what happens in Key's face is that he's all bloody and everything, and he feels that it's a part of him. It's really inside him. It's part of his soul. So what happens is he comes up with this idea, and they're like, what are you doing? You drawing more monsters? He's like, no, not really, but my dad always told me 5 fingers make a fist. What does that mean, everybody? Well, Marvel sits there and comes out and saying, we're going to get these monsters, and they're going to form, not Voltron, not Power Rangers, they're not Zords, but they're going to form Smasher. That's right. All the creatures form together, and they form this Smasher character. And inside, you get to see Key as he is protected, and he drives the ship or tells them what to do. And as he battles the Leviathan mother, we wind up seeing him draw like different weapons and stuff like that. Like he gets his big ass battle axe. And it's just so much fun. I loved it. And you get to see them battle each other. And you're like, oh yeah, that's badass. And then what does he draw? He forms the blazing... No, not the blazing sword. But he forms the shatter sword. And so he forms the shatter sword. And he destroys the Leviathan mother. And saves the day. I mean, this is great artwork right here, man. It's just so much fun, you know? Even though we've seen this 100 times in like other movies and shows, it was just, I never thought that Marvel would pull out a series like this. And I just thought it was great. And we get to see that Key sends away all the monsters that helped him try to save the day, like Fing Fang Foom and everybody else. And we wind up seeing that Medusa takes him in. They give him a place to stay. They call this place like Monster Island. And his creatures that are a part of him now, that form into Smasher, are now going to be defending this place with him, and kind of Elsa Bloodstone's going to be his guardian, his like mentor or whatnot. So yeah, so that's the issue. I thought this was a lot of fun. Was it like the most original idea in the end to have monsters form into this combination of a monster? No, we've seen that before, but still, it was a lot of fun. And the original concept of Key being this chosen one to save the world by drawing on a notepad, that's what's original about it. And that's what I liked about the series. And you can't take it too seriously. You got to have fun with it. And I think the cool thing is that the heroes work together in this issue, or in this series overall, and then yet Key is the one that emerged to be the hero that saved the day. Now, whether he's going to be an Inhuman, he's going to be a champion, whether he's going to be part of S.H.I.E.L.D. is still yet to be determined, but whenever they need him, they're going to need him. And I thought this series was a really great way to introduce the character. So, in the end, I gotta give this book really a 4.25 out of 5 stars. A lot of fun. I had a great time with it. So, guys, now it's your turn in the comments below to tell me what you thought of the conclusion to Monsters Unleashed, issue number 5. And fans, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. Don't forget to check out ComicFrontline.com. Don't forget to check out our live show each and every Tuesday night, 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And guys, until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care.